Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel. Silem here. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to draft, cut and sew a crop top, an Ankara crop top with baggy shorts. Now this baggy shorts has elastic at the waist. So without further ado, let's get right into the video.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you there.
So I'm using 3 yards of Ankara fabric for this two-piece set. So I just folded my fabric so I can start drafting my shorts. The first thing I did was I marked the baseline, and then from that baseline I came down by 2 inches. Now this is the allowance I'm keeping for my elastic. Okay, so I'm going to keep this for my elastic casing. Now from that line there, I'm now going to mark my actual measurements. So from the waist there, I'm marking my client's crotch depth line. This is her normal crotch depth line and it is 13.5 inches, but because this is a baggy short, you want this to have a lot of ease. So I'm just coming down by 3 inches and marking a new crotch depth line. So take note, I have an old crotch depth line and a new crotch depth line, okay, so you guys don't get confused. And then the length of my piece is 22 inches. I added 1.5 inches for hemming allowance. Okay, so now on the new crotch depth line, okay, I'm dividing the lap measurements by 2, placing it on that new crotch depth line, and then I'm marking that point. And then I added half an inch seam allowance. Okay, now from the original point, not the half-inch allowance, from the original point I just came in by 2.5 inches, and then I'm going to mark that same measurement all the way up to the waist. Okay, so all the way up to the waist, and then I'm going to connect that with a straight line. Now I connected the points from the waist to the old crotch depth line, and then I drew a curve to connect the points at the old crotch depth line to the new crotch depth line. Now I'm just marking the same measurements that I have on my new crotch depth line, the same width I have, all the way to the hem, and then I'm connecting that with a straight line. Now I decided to reduce my hemming allowance to half an inch because my fabric was actually not enough. This is a size 22 that I'm sewing for, so you know I had to just manage the fabric. But if you have enough fabric, you can leave your hemming allowance as 1.5 inches. So I'm just going ahead to cut along the lines now. Okay, so this is it for our front piece of the short. As you can see, it's very easy. I'm just cutting along the fold so that I can separate the two front pieces. All right, now from that waistline I'm just coming down by 1 inch, and then I'm going to create a notch at that point. Now this is where I'm going to insert my pocket. That's where my pocket is going to start from. So you want to create your notch 1 inch below the waistline. Okay, now moving on to the back piece, I just folded my fabric and placed my front piece on top of the fabric so I can draft my back piece. Now the center back of the back piece has to go up at that waist by 1.5 inches. This is very important so that it accommodates your client's bum. Okay, so once I have that 1.5 inches at the center back, I'm just going to draw a curve to connect it to the side of the trouser. Okay, so that's what I did. And now I'm just adding 2 inches allowance to that crotch curve. Okay, so just add 2 inches allowance all the way down to the hem. So make sure you have 2 inches allowance, you have that curve, 2 inches allowance, and make sure that 2 inches allowance continues all the way to the hem. Okay, and then you cut that out. So as you can see, the back piece is very easy to draft once you have your front piece drafted. And this is it for our back piece. Be sure to cut along the folds to separate the two back pieces into 2. Okay, so that's it for our short. Now moving on to drafting the top, I just folded my fabric into 4 so I can draft my front and back pieces together. So now the first thing I did was I marked the baseline at the top, and then I'm marking the bust point line, which is 13 inches, and the under bust line, which is 17 inches, and then I also marked the armhole line, which is 10.5 inches. Okay, and then I'm just going to extend all of those lines. Now on the baseline, I'm just dividing the shoulder measurement by 2, and that gave me 8 inches. I marked that and I added half an inch. So total of that was now 8.5 inches. So that same 8.5 inches, I'm marking that on the armhole line. Then I'm connecting it to the shoulder line, okay? Now I divided the bust circumference by 4, marked that on the armhole line, and I added 1.5 inches allowance. Now I'm not marking the waistline, it's the same measurements for both the waist and the bust, okay, because this is just a straight box crop top, okay. Now the length of my piece is 22 inches, all right. Now I'm measuring what I have from the shoulder to the armhole line, then I divided that into 2, and then from that point I'm just drawing a curve to the armhole line. Now my neck width is 3.5 inches, and then my neck depth for the back is 1.5 inches, okay. So I'm just going to draw a curve to connect the neck width to the neck depth to create my neckline for the back. And then for the front, the depth I'm using for the front is 5 inches. You can make your neckline higher than this if you want, but because there's no zipper on this piece, I want the neckline to be wide enough for my client to put this top on without stress, okay. So I'm just cutting along the lines. I'm also cutting along the fold as well, so that I separate my piece into 2. And then I'm just creating my shoulder slope and cutting along that shoulder slope, okay. So this is the piece I've chosen to use as my front neckline instead of the other one. So I'm just trimming out that front neckline. So I'm just folding my piece now so that I can draft my sleeve, okay. So I folded my piece into 4 so I can cut both sleeves at the same time. The length of my sleeve is 10 inches. From the baseline, I marked 5 inches. Now on that 5-inch mark, I just divided the round sleeve divided by 2, and then I added 2 inches allowance to that. Now the same thing I marked on that 5-inch mark, I'm marking that same thing on the baseline, but then I'm going in by 1 inch, okay, just to give the sleeve a bit of fitting, all right. Then I'm just connecting both points together. Now from the baseline there, I'm just creating a curve to get to that 5-inch mark. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave ½ inch from the top of my armhole there, and then I'm going to measure the rest of my armhole curve, okay. I just like to measure this to be sure that my sleeve would fit into that armhole, okay. Then when I measured, I saw that my sleeve was a bit smaller, so I just increased it a bit at that 5-inch mark, and then I'm just cutting the sleeve out, all right. So this is my sleeve ready. So these are the 2 sleeves that I've cut out. Now this lining is what I'm going to use to cut my pocket. So I'm just folding my lining piece into 4. You can also use your fabric to cut your pocket. Now the opening of my pocket is 7 inches, and then the width of my pocket is 10 inches, all right. So I'm just drawing a curve now to, create the pocket. So that's how I, created the pocket, by making that U shape curve, okay. Then I'm just cutting that out. So these are my pockets. Make sure you remember to cut along the folds to separate the pocket. So you should have 4 pieces of your pocket. Now moving on to the sewing, this is my front piece. I'm just placing the back piece right sides facing with the front piece. And then the first thing I'll do is to join them at the shoulders, okay, with ½ inch seam allowance. After joining them at the shoulders, this is what I have. Now it's time for me to, add my sleeve. Now for my sleeve, I simply weaved the bottom edge, and then I folded it in and sewed it down just to hem it, okay. And then I'm folding my sleeve now and then creating a notch right at the top there, okay. So I hemmed my sleeve first and then I created that notch. Now I'm just going to open my piece into 2 like this, open my piece like this, and then place this midpoint of the sleeve at that shoulder seam, and then I'm going to sew from that midpoint all the way to one end, and from that midpoint all the way to the other end, okay. So that's how I'm going to attach my sleeve to my piece. So once you've attached the sleeve, make sure you go ahead and overlock the allowance, okay. So I'll do the same thing for both sleeves, and then I'm going to sew the sides of the front and the back together with ½ inch seam allowance. And this is what my top looks like. As you can see, it's so easy. I'm just going to use my bias tape to just hem the neckline and also hem the bottom part as well. For my short, I just place my two front pieces together, then I'm going to join them along that crotch curve with half-inch seam allowance. I also place my two back pieces together, right sides facing, then I'm going to join them along that crotch curve with half-inch seam allowance. So this is my front piece now. As you can see, I've joined them, along that crotch curve. Okay, so now it's time for us to put in our pockets. We already created the notch at that waist, so I'm just going to pin my pocket there where I have that notch. That's where my pocket is going to start from. Then I'm going to join my pocket to the piece with half-inch seam allowance. That's for the front. And for the back, as you can see, I've also joined the back pieces along that crotch curve. I'm going to pin my pockets on both sides, and then I'm going to join them together with half-inch seam allowance. After joining them, this is what we have. So this is my back piece right here. This is how the pocket looks. I went ahead to overlock the pocket first as well before joining it to the trouser piece. So now I'm going to place the front and back pieces of my shorts right sides facing, and then I'm going to join them along the sides. Now from the waist to where I have my pocket, I'm going to join it with 1 inch. Around the pocket, I'll join it with half an inch, and then from the pocket all the way down to the hem, I'll join it with 1 inch. Now I'm also going to make sure that the crotch of the front and back align, the crotch seam align, and then I'm going to join the pieces together with half-inch seam allowance. Okay, so this is what we have. As you can see, our short is coming together very nicely. So the next thing we want to do now is we want to go ahead and create our elastic channel. So I've gone ahead to overlock that waist all the way around. Okay, and then what I'm going to do now is I just loosen the center back seam. That's the crotch cuff seam for the back piece. I loosened it a bit so that I can fold my piece to create that elastic casing. So I just folded it by that same 2 inches, and then I sewed it all the way around. So can you see how it looks? It's very, very neat. Okay, so make sure you overlock the waist first before you fold your piece in to create your elastic channel. So now I'm going to insert my elastic. So this is my elastic that I'm using. Okay, I simply removed 6 inches from the normal waist measurement. That is the length of my elastic. So if your waist measurement is 40 inches, you take out 6 inches from that, and that will give you 34 inches. So that will now be the length of your elastic. So once you have your elastic ready, just simply insert it into your elastic casing, and then make sure you tack the ends so that the elastic doesn't fall back into the channel. All right, so I'm going to do that for both sides. I just tacked the ends for both sides so that the elastic doesn't fall back into the channel. Okay, now after that, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to sew right at the center of the elastic. Okay, this gives a very, very nice look to your shorts or to the band of your shorts. So you want to stretch your piece. Okay, make sure you're pulling the elastic. Okay, pull the elastic and sew, pull the elastic and sew like that all the way till you get to the end, and make sure you're sewing right at the center. Okay, and then once you're done, this is what you're going to have. Can you see how lovely it looks already? Now the final thing you want to do is you want to close up that center back seam. Okay, that center back seam, just close it up. Make sure you tack it very well so everything is nice and secure. And then obviously you want to go ahead and hem the bottom part of your short. But what I like to do is I like to open up that seam allowance and then tack it so that it stays down. Okay, so I open up the seam allowance at that waistband, and then I just tack it down, okay, on both sides. So like I said, the final thing we need to do now is just to hem the bottom part of our shorts, and this is the finished look of our piece. It's such a lovely piece. My client is on the big side, but it really looks really good on her when she tried it on. I just couldn't get a picture or a video of her wearing this set, but I really love how it turned out. Thank you so much for watching. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. It really helps me a whole lot. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.